Hello, everybody. It is me, Everpus Katuzi, and today we're here talking about the Rising of the Shield Hero episode 12. Okay. Wow, that was one way to introduce this new enemy character. And, like, you even saw, like, Naofumi looking through his eyes, looking at his gaming screen, that she is question mark level. That just makes me think of Mob Psycho 100 with the question marks. So they don't know her level. And then apparently she's a part of the wave because, like, I've only watched to about 8 minutes, so one thing that I saw is how he literally just left all the other heroes there, unless they ditched him as he was fighting her, or unless they're still there, maybe they'll leave afterwards. But it's weird seeing how I saw him leave, like he literally jumped off the ship that was about to like crash down, and then you see all of the other like warriors like just laying down on the floor still, and I'm just like, dude. Did you just leave them behind? I guess he doesn't care about them, but still. Like I said, I really want to know what her level is because she must be super powerful. Like you saw at the beginning of this episode how they were about to duel, and then like she like said that all of like the other heroes were servants to Nafumi because of how powerful he was, even though he only has one powerful attack. Like he literally all he has is the rage series, and then she expected him to have like a lot more powers, even though that's his only power. And then one thing I noticed is how all the other heroes were using different techniques that they didn't use last episode. They used like Meteor Strike, but they all had the exact same Meteor Strike. And then I was wondering, it's like, why didn't Naofumi have a Meteor Strike power? But I guess he only has shields, and he only has shield abilities that only have encasement and stuff like that. Then we did see how he used a shield that had vipers in it, and they like bit her, but she's so overpowered the bites did absolutely nothing. Like when I saw that, that was just like crazy that those viper attacks. You know, she even used the shield prison on her. She just broke it easily. He used the shield prison on himself to protect himself from Talia and Philo, but it did nothing. And she just like swipes it around. That one attack that she used, that she like use one of her like fans into like a light blade, and use another fan to shoot wind out of it. Now that's just that's a weird attack. That was kind of cool. Like this is like she has like some crazy abilities. Like all the other heroes are what at level 60, Nafumi's at 40 or 39, and then like she would have to be like in the 80s or like higher. Like she would have to be really higher. I think if I'm thinking about the future, like if that's how high she is, like if she's like 80 or 100 maybe, then doesn't that mean that if Nafumi and the others got to 80, then she would be like 100 more if she like trained or otherwise? But like that's just crazy, especially how there's a time limit. You saw how when the ship was crashing, like I said before, she was like, "Oh, we're running out of time." So then I guess like she is from the wave world, but then if the wave world comes with monsters, I'm really wondering like how can a human person be there with them? Unless can the monsters summon heroes too? Like is she like a hero, or would she be a villain? Because she has to be like a normal person. So then can monsters summon them? Maybe in the other world, there's like another kingdom maybe that uses monsters and other people to do interdimensional. I'm just thinking really weird off in my head right now. I don't know anything. That's just really weird thoughts right there. But it's crazy seeing how the she just whopped the floor with all the other heroes, and then Nafumi, like you saw him sweating. He's sweating from his head, just trying to think of getting out of the situation, because before his eyes, he's just seeing like a very overpowered character. And it was really, just like I said before, really cool introduction. And then I like it how Philo and Raftalia tried to attack her, but then she just like is just like, you're futile. This is boring, such a disappointment. Like you said to the other heroes, and just she even broke Raftalia's new sword. She bought that with the money that Nafumi gave her, because like they did stuff for him, so then he was gonna do stuff to them, and then that sword just got broke. So I guess she needs to buy a new sword again. You could just see her. You saw her looking at it, just be like, "Oh, my sword's broke." And then Philo just got mopped the floor out. She just got whacked right onto the floor. Even in her rage form, because Nafumi had to use his rage shield, and then the rage shield did absolutely nothing. He even used Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden was so cool last episode, but then in order to introduce this new overpowered character, she just broke out with Iron Maiden instantly. She was just disappointed in it. She was even the flames, like Nafumi ran at her with the flames of the rage shield, but then she's just like, "Oh, these flames are super cold." Like, damn. Yeah, I guess that's all that happened. I guess after that, he at the end of the 8 minutes, he ended up thinking of a plan with Reptalia to like escape. So then he escaped, and I'm really wondering what's gonna happen in the rest of this episode. But yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the rest of this episode. Dude, good riddance, good riddance. I just came back from watching from about 8 minutes to about 13 minutes and 40 seconds. To just, dude, that confrontation with the king, man, I just love I just love him when he's like that. When he's just like that guy. When he acts that way, it's so awesome. Like he just tells the king to kneel before him because the king asks him about his strength because he was watching Nafumi's like use his powers through a crystal ball. I don't even remember that part happening. But that's cool seeing that. And then and then he like asks the king to kneel before him because the king asked him like how he got this strength. And to be honest, I was thinking about this in my head for a while now because like I saw the preview to this episode and I was just like literally Nafumi's explanation, if he were to ever say it to anybody, it's like the most weirdest explanation ever. Like he would just like if he actually were to say it to the king, his explanation would be, "I'm pissed off at you. That's how I obtain these powers." That's really how it happened. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was just like very pissed off and very angry, and the shield answered to his prayers, like a heavenly or I guess a demonic goal just entered his body. Like they were like the other heroes, like if their artificial hatred towards Nafumi probably wouldn't activate shit. So he told the king to kneel before him. The king got very angry and sent guards after him. And then Nafumi's just like, "Well, I could kill all of you right now." And then he just ends up walking away. And then the king tries to get him to not walk away by saying that he would like hurt Philo and Raftalia if he doesn't like comply. And then I just love it. He turns around and he just acts like complete savage towards him, and he's just like, if you attack my party, I will kill you until the ends of the earth. Like, man, that's just like an amazing quote right there. And then he just walks away. He just walks away like such a savage. Man, just totally brutal. One thing that happened right after I came back after 8 minutes is that I saw how she Glass was using her like sword like air attack to shoot beams of light at Nofumi as he was running away, and he was like really far away. Like damn, like that is some accurate stuff, and it was following him, like heat seeking on him, and he had to use his air shield to block it, and he was like very struggling trying to block that off. And then we saw how Nafumi ended up questioning the wave, just like me, just like the viewer. I'm questioning the wave just like Nafumi because she's like saying stuff about how she'll be triumphant over the wave and that she's gonna win. But then Nafumi's just like wondering why there's a human there and stuff like that and why they need to do it. He even mentions how they need to get stronger. He ends up taking a part of the ghoul's abilities. Like he took like the corpse that he killed with Iron Maiden and took the corpse and put it inside his shield and got a new ability. I'm wondering what that's gonna look like. Like I wonder if he'll be able to shoot like the green laser out of it. That would be cool. But it's probably gonna be something else. But it'd be cool if it was that. That would make sense. But one of the things that I saw is that I was right. All of the other heroes crashed the ship. Once Glass left and like left with the wave. All the other heroes were still on the ship and they just crashed right in the ground and they were all just like, yeah, that's so funny how they were asleep the whole time. And I like it how like she wants to win. Like if I guess if she kills Nafumi, then she'll kill. Like she could have killed the other heroes if she wanted to, but I guess she didn't. But yeah, I think I've talked about everything from about 8 minutes to 13 minutes. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the rest of this episode. Okay, I am back to talk about the last bit of this episode from about 13 minutes to 22 minutes. It just, damn, that ending. That ending. You could obviously tell that it was Mind Sun that did it. Mind Sun ordered a whole bunch of knights because she has like her fingers on a whole bunch of guys. Like all of the guardsmen that even were protecting Melty Sun. So Mind Sun got them to attack her. One of them took out a sword. It was about to slash a princess in the fucking back. And then the shield hero saved her because he could tell the feeling. He could tell, like he could just tell that his mind was just like, oh my god, a setup is about to happen again. Something bad is gonna happen again. So he just saved her and then blocked the sword attack and it was got her. And I remember this stuff in the manga. This whole entire like this subplot that's about to happen, or I guess it is like main plot, but. We saw how after he left the king's room that a lady talked to him, and I'm pretty sure that in the manga that lady was supposed to be like the queen's errand girl is like that was I think explained in the manga, but in this they made it really weird how a random girl just walked up to Nafumi and started explaining exposition to him in a very like what was it, roundabout way. He's trying to say it in a very roundabout way to him, then he's just like what, then he just walks away. He ends up going to the blacksmith place to try to get new stuff and stuff like that. And apparently, because of the way that the shield hero has been, because of how much money he has, he just the blacksmith just helps him out and then tells him about it. And then Nafumi ends up saying about early in this episode that he wants to get stronger, so he wants to give Philo and Raftalia class upgrades. Then he ends up the blacksmith guy ends up showing Nafumi a map to two locations, and it's the two locations that we heard of from a few episodes back, where it's what Shield Freedom and what was it? The other one was with an S, right? Like Silverlet. I think. And then apparently both places are very demi-human racy, and apparently both places really like the Shield Hero because I'm pretty sure that they might have mentioned it. They might have mentioned it. They mentioned it more in the manga and also more in light novel that demi-humans absolutely love the Shield Hero. So then, if he were to go to either of those places, they would welcome him with open arms. After that, we saw how Melty ended up going to the king, and to be honest, the king's personality, I have never seen him like that. Even in the manga, like their conversation, when that conversation happened in the manga, it didn't happen like that. Maybe in light novel it was like that, or web novel it was like that. But seeing him act so like so nice, so lovable towards his daughter. Like I thought that he only liked I thought he only liked Mine Son, but seeing him like Melty Son was really weird. Him acting all like goo goo gaga towards her, and then like you saw him like try to choose between which side he would take. Melty was like asking the king about why he hates the Shield Hero, and then I like it how even the king is just like I don't know why I don't like him. It's mostly because like you can just tell that he looks over at Mine Son, and then Mine Son looks back at him with an angry look, and then I like it how even though that Melty is younger than mine, Melty is the crown princess, but for some reason mine isn't. s- Are they not actual sisters? Like were they not born from the same person? Because if they're born from the same person, wouldn't Mine's son be the crown princess, or maybe like the queen and her daughter Mine ended up marrying into like the other family. Maybe that's why they're sisters. That would make sense. Is that how it works? I guess that's how it works. And then she ends up telling the king that he needs to like to reconcile with the Shield Hero, and the Shield Hero needs to do it with him too. And then she ends up leaving and talking back to Mine Son, which is pretty cool to see. You could see that she was getting very mad, and that's why she ended up doing what she did at the end of this episode. We saw Nafumi, Raftali, and Phil went on a journey to like go to the place that they're going, and then they ended up the blacksmith ended up giving them goodies, like giving them extra goodies in the carriage that they're in by giving them extra stuff without them wanting it. And then Raftali ended up getting her sword back. Apparently, the blacksmith ended up just giving her the exact same sword. She just ended up making the exact same sword, and she also got a mana sword, which is actually pretty cool. How it's just the hilt of a sword, but then if she like exerts her mana into it, it would become like a light sword, which is kind of cool. I can't wait to see her use that because it does seem pretty cool how like she takes it out and notices that there's nothing in it, and Nafumi looks at it. Look at how they're both very clueless as to what it is, but of course us viewers know what it is. There probably is some people that probably don't know what it is, but it did seem pretty cool. And then Nafumi ended up getting like an indicator for his shield. Like you put like a thing over like the green like ball in the middle and put a thing over it. Apparently it's gonna help him analyze things. I'm wondering what that they're probably not never gonna show what that is, but it seemed like a cool idea. And then we saw how Philo ended up getting these gloves. Apparently, if she wears these gloves in human form, if she isn't in bird form, she becomes as strong as what was it, more than 20 or more than 100 men? That's pretty crazy. She's already strong as she is, but I guess in her human form she isn't that strong. But I have no idea if she's ever going to use those human gloves. But it'd be cool if she did. Maybe even Nafumi might use it sometimes, or even Raftai could use it if she wanted to. And then after that, we saw how they went and camped out on the side of the road, and they're like having coffee or tea. And then Melty just comes out of nowhere, and then Nafumi, you can just see Nafumi's face because he hears her say trying to like get his attention, and you can just see his eyes going from like happiness, just talking about. He's like thinking about how happy he is traveling with Raftali and Philo, but then he hears her voice, and he just goes right to, oh my god, why do I have to be around these people? Even Raftali ends up saying, you should talk to her. Philo's just like, you should talk to her. You should, even though that she's royalty, she's the nicer part of royalty. But then Nafumi just be very stubborn about it, and then Melty ends up asking Nafumi to just come back to the kingdom. He said he refuses. He says you should talk with the king and be nice, and he should be nice to you, and he refuses. And then she ends up having a tantrum, and then she ends up saying that the queen will yell at the king if they don't be nice. And I find that Nafumi ends up thinking about it and thinking about how weird that is. How the queen can be like what is it, can talk down to the king, which I guess it is cool him thinking about that because that probably would happen. And then after that we have the stuff with the betrayal and stuff like that, and then I guess Nafumi's gonna be protecting her for a few episodes. Cause they did show a preview that came out online where you saw like the past, where you saw like the future like 3 to 4 episodes. They're very ahead if they're showing a preview of 4 episodes ahead, which I guess is pretty cool. But yeah, if you've enjoyed my review and my thoughts and my opinions on this episode, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this at all, leave a dislike. This episode was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait until the next episode. The fight at the beginning was good. The stuff in the middle was good. The stuff at the ending was pretty good. Jam packed. Really enjoyed this episode. I'll give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. The animation was also pretty good. There, like even if you pause in certain spots, you might see it really bad, but it's done pretty good. But one thing I would like to mention is that for some reason I bought like the manga. I bought a few issues of the manga a couple days ago. I'll show it on screen right here if anybody's watching still. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. And yeah, bye.